Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. We are your MCs for tonight. Welcome to the 2024 Pinays Manitoba Trailblazers Recognition Awards. Tonight we are presenting our 2024 Pinay Trailblazer awardees and, for the first time, our outstanding Young Pinays awardees. Thank you all for joining us.
We are all excited to hold the first Pinays Dinner Dance Recognition Awards. This will surely be a fun night for all of us.
At this point, may I call on Winnie Navarro, President of Pinays Manitoba, to give the opening remarks.
Good evening. My name is Winnie Navarro, proud to be Pinay. Mabuhay! Welcome to the 2024 Pinays Manitoba Recognition Awards. Thank you all for coming. Pinays is a word that refers to a girl or a woman of Filipino descent. Pinays Manitoba marks the 8th year of acknowledging well-deserving, exceptional Filipino women who have made their mark in our community. Tonight, we proudly celebrate 4 outstanding Pinays Manitoba Trailblazers and learn of their inspiring journeys. These women are testaments to the power of the potential of Filipino women, making a difference through their positive contributions to Manitoba and beyond. The Pinays Trailblazers Award started with an idea in a conversation between a handful of like-minded people. Astonishingly, it is now a full-blown, meaningful awards program for Filipino women in Manitoba. After tonight, Pinays Manitoba will have a total of 28 recognitions given out to women, Filipino women in our community. Strong, progressive women, breaking the mold, overcoming barriers, helping to make a difference in people's lives, opening doors of opportunities for others, and breaking glass ceilings. All of them role models for women and the next generation of Filipino women in Manitoba. The best thing is, it does not stop there. True to our mission and vision, we at Pinays are cultivating that idea with the next generation of young Pinays in our community, helping to shape and support future generations of all women, especially for the Filipino women. This year, we are honored to launch our youth program, the 2024 Outstanding Young Pinays of Manitoba. Our initial honorees are 3 young Pinays who are proud of their Filipino heritage and shares their passion for hockey in our community. Expect more in the coming years from these young trailblazers in the making. The stars are surely shining bright for the young Pinays of Manitoba. On behalf of Pinays Manitoba, I would like to express our gratitude to those who have supported us this year and to those who continue to support us through the years. Thank you for your encouragement and for believing in our cause of empowering Filipino women. You have allowed us the ability to grow our annual flagship, the Pinays Manitoba Trailblazers Recognition Awards. You are here because you understand that this endeavor is good for the soul of Manitoba's diverse community. Let me close with an inspiring quote from the ancient philosopher Heraclitus. Day by day, what you choose, what you think, and what you do is who you become. I leave you with that. Enjoy the night. Salamat po. Merci. Megwitch.
we would like to welcome the Honorable Senator Flor-de-Lis Gigi Osler, a trailblazer for 2023, to share her message with us.
Good evening and mabuhay, everyone. I am absolutely delighted to be joining you tonight here on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Red River Métis Nation. And it brings me immense joy and pride to be here today to honor the outstanding women within our vibrant Manitoba Filipino community. Put your hands up. Did you know, so put your hands up if you know, that Filipinos now make up about 1 million people in Canada. That means 1 out of every 40 Canadians has Filipino ties and heritage. And Filipinos make up the 3rd largest minority group in Canada. And the Filipino-Canadian community continues to grow. But despite those numbers, we continue to be underrepresented in many areas of leadership. But I'm confident that tonight's honorees will change this. And tonight's recognition marks just the beginning for our Pinay trailblazers. They will continue to break barriers, take up space, and use their voices to bring about positive changes in our communities and our country. And the Young Pinays Initiative is dedicated to Filipino youth. And it is a testament to their remarkable achievements, promise, and potential as future leaders. So tonight we recognize the contributions of Filipino youth who have already made a positive impact on the lives of others and serve as inspiring role models for the next generation. The bravery, courage, and kindness by Filipino youth today serve as a constant inspiration. As a mother myself, I am continually motivated by my own children to strive for better. So on the eve of Mother's Day, I would like to acknowledge the sacrifices and the dedication of the mothers who paved the way for their children. To the mothers that immigrated from the Philippines in hopes of a better future. The mothers that work long hours to provide for their families. And the mothers that have created a beautiful life of opportunities for their children. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the village of mother figures, the Lolas, the Titas, the Nenengs, and their role in nurturing and shaping future generations. As a community, it is our responsibility to uplift and empower our children to change the world for the better. Through initiatives like this one, we instill in them the belief that they have the power to shape a better future for everyone. So thank you for giving me the honor to recognize this year's young awardees, and I am excited to see what they will do next. Maraming salamat po. Merci. Miigwech.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you our youth program, the Outstanding Young Pinays of Manitoba 2024. In line with Pinay's mission and vision, it is our hope that this initiative will contribute to establishing more positive role models for the next generation of women, especially the Filipino women in Manitoba and beyond. We plan to grow this youth initiative as we have done in our Trailblazers Awards. Tonight, we are giving awards for the first time to 3 outstanding young Filipino-Canadian ladies who are proud of their Filipino heritage and have shared their love for hockey with our community. These 3 Winnipeggers played for the Philippine Eagles national hockey team at the International Women's Union Tournament held in Al Ain, United Arab Emirates, UAE. These ladies performed exceptionally well for the Team Philippines hockey team. Hockey is still a growing sport in the Philippines without a substantial budget. A country with extremely warm weather and no snow, having a hockey team. But amazingly, the Philippine Eagles team won bronze at the Women's Union Ice Hockey Tournament. These three young, outstanding Pinays definitely contributed to the Team Philippine dream to come to fruition. Grateful for the opportunity and experience that have allowed them to connect with their roots, they embody a sense of pride for the Filipino heritage and culture. Playing for the Philippine Eagles team has paved the way for their passion to transcend beyond borders, making history by representing the Philippines on this International Women's Hockey League. The 2024 Outstanding Young Pinays of Manitoba being acknowledged tonight are Sisters Larissa Pagdato, Hannah Pagdato, together with Jordy Wyant. These Manitobans' outstanding performance did not go unnoticed, as each of them received recognitions for their skillful performance at the tournament. Hannah, Larissa, and Jordy each received a Player of the Game trophy, with Jordy Wyant has the highest scoring player in the international tournament. All three Manitobans were selected to play in an all-star game following the closing ceremonies. These three young generation Filipino Canadians are inspiring the next generation of Filipino girl hockey players, becoming role models for aspiring hockey players not only in Manitoba, but as well as in the Philippines. Expect more to come from these young trailblazers in the making. The stars are surely shining bright for Jordy, Larissa, and Hannah, our 2024 Outstanding Young Pinays of Manitoba. Larissa Pagdato, Team Philippines, number 27, center. Larissa is 24 years old, and in June 2024, she is expected to graduate from the University of Winnipeg with a degree in athletic therapy. She is the president of the Kinesiology and Athletic Therapy Students Association. Larissa started playing hockey at the age of 11 in 2011. She played for 4 years with the Manitoba Women's Junior Hockey League, and she currently coaches at the True North Youth Foundation. She was named as a top 100 most fascinating Manitobans for 2023. Larissa Pagdato.
Thank you. I am truly grateful to be accepting this esteemed award and to stand among such remarkable individuals tonight. When I reflect on my journey since representing the Philippines last September, I'm filled with honor. The experiences that we've had have been incredible. I aspire for this story to serve as a beacon of inspiration, not only for Filipino hockey players, but for all Filipinas in sports and beyond, encouraging them to break barriers and pursue their dreams. To me, this journey has strengthened my bond with my heritage and has ignited my unwavering commitment to serve our community. When the opportunity to play for Team Philippines presented itself, I knew it would be an incredible step towards breaking barriers in sports, not just as a woman, but as a person of Filipino heritage. In accepting this award, I want to extend my gratitude to my teammates and the dedicated staff of Team Philippines, as well as to the coaches I have had growing up who have profoundly influenced my journey. I accept this award with appreciation for my friends and with gratitude to my family, whose encouragement and support has allowed me to become the person that I am today. Finally, I want to thank my 11-year-old self. When every other girl on the ice knew how to play hockey and I was just learning how to skate, it didn't matter. And when I noticed that every other girl on the ice looked different than me, that didn't matter either. Her love for the game and determination were her driving forces, and the possibilities of where that would take her were yet to be discovered. I wish that she could see that the Winnipeg Jets hosted an NHL game dedicated to her heritage, and I even dropped the puck at center ice for that one. You represented the Philippine national women's hockey team and won a bronze medal at an international tournament. Best of all, you continue to work for organizations like the True North Youth Foundation, who inspire youth from various backgrounds to find their place in sports. I am proud to say that these experiences have exceeded that 11-year-old's dreams. Thank you once again for this recognition and for believing in the power of representation and empowerment. I am truly so grateful to be a recipient of this award.
Thank you, Larissa. Hannah Pagdato, Team Philippines number 72, goaltender. Hannah is 21 years old. She is a third-year student at Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Biology, major in Biochemistry. She started playing hockey at the age of 8 in 2011. Playing as a starting goaltender for Mount Allison University, she was voted as a 2024 MVP for the team. Hannah was awarded as the best goaltender in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League for 2018 to 2019. Currently, she is a volunteer coach for a high school team in Sackville, New Brunswick. Hannah was named as a top 100 most fascinating Manitobans for 2023. Hannah Pagdato.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I'm deeply grateful to accept this Young Filipina Trailblazer Award. As a minority in the world of hockey, this recognition holds even more significance for me. It represents breaking barriers and making our mark as Filipinas in a sport that has recently been growing all over the world, especially in the Philippines. Growing up, I experienced an absence of role models who looked like me in the sport I was most passionate about. Transitioning to playing in the Maritimes at the highest collegiate level in Canada, there is an even more scarce Filipino community. I lacked the familiar cultural comfort of home and felt an even higher need to prove myself as someone who looked different from all the others on the ice. But nonetheless, this has reinforced my pride in my heritage as I had the opportunity to share my rich culture with others everywhere I go. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to all those who have provided guidance and support to me. This includes my coaches, trainers, teammates, and most notably, my amazing parents who are both immigrants. I'm so deeply grateful for the values and qualities they have instilled in me. Their kindness, resilience, hard work, enthusiasm, and dedication in everything they do has shaped me into the person and athlete I am today. I'm so proud to be their daughter and to have the opportunity to carry their legacy and to represent the Filipino community in the world of sports. This award is most importantly a reflection of the unity seen in Winnipeg. Seeing the support from many Winnipeggers when representing Team Philippines in the UAE and seeing firsthand the cohesive and proud community revolving the Jets Filipino Heritage Game was truly inspiring. Your support and belief in Jordy, Larissa, and I has been empowering to find ways to give back. I believe that sports have an extremely unique and special way of uniting us all, no matter our backgrounds and identities. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for this recognition. I'm very honored to be in a room with so many amazing and inspiring Pinays, and will cherish this moment forever.
Thank you, Hannah. Jordy Wyant, Team Philippines number 8, Defense. Jordy is 20 years old, a sophomore scheduled to graduate in 2026 at St. Mary's University in Minnesota. She is pursuing a degree in psychology pre-law. Positions played: St. Mary's University, Defense; the rink, defense and forward; the Twins, forward. She started playing hockey at the age of 5 in 2009. For Team Philippines, in Al Ain, Jordy received top scorer of the tournament with 13 goals and had 3 assists in the tournament. For her first season at St. Mary's, she received Rookie of the Year, an award given to the best first-year player performer with the most contribution to the team. Currently, her team teaches and plays special hockey with people and kids with disabilities. Jordy Wyant.
Thank you so much. This has been a childhood dream of mine, and one that I honestly never thought that would come true, but with the unwavering love and support we have received from the Filipino community, it has been amazing. It's touched me deeply, and I know that I can stand for the other 2 girls standing beside me today. I want to say thank you to my family for always supporting me no matter what, and especially to my parents for supporting me in my hockey career and in my other endeavors through life. I want to especially say thank you to my grandparents, Lola Ellen and Lolo June. They have rooted and taught me my Filipino traditions in life, and they make me so proud to call myself a Filipina. They spent countless hours rolling egg rolls, and they're the sole reason I am able to fulfill this dream of mine. I love you guys so much, and thank you.
Well done, ladies.
It is my honor this evening to present the 2024 Pinays Trailblazer Awards. We are here today to celebrate 4 exceptional and inspirational Filipino women in their respective fields. These 4 outstanding women have blazed the trail so that others may follow. As defined in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, a trailblazer is a person who marks or prepares a trail through a forest or field for other people to follow. The Cambridge Dictionary defines a trailblazer as the first person to do something, to go somewhere, who shows that it is also possible for other people. Our first awardee, I actually have the privilege of sitting with her and getting to know her over dinner today. So she is a fantastic, visionary academic leader. She is the inaugural Vice Dean of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies at the Rady Faculty of Health Sciences, University of Manitoba. She is an investigator of cardiovascular health and diseases, and associated with her research are numerous awards and publications. This trailblazer revels in the number of master's and PhD students, as well as postdoctoral fellows, that she has been so privileged with training over her entire career. She is a passionate mentor, focused on passing the baton and educating the future thinkers. Professionally, she is a trailblazer and a scientist, an educator and an academic leader at the University of Manitoba. Let us all give her a big round of applause, our 2024 Pinays Trailblazer awardee, Hope Anderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow Filipinas, I gave some thought to what I wanted to say tonight, and I know that you've done this before, so I didn't want it to sound like every other speech that you've ever heard, so it's going to get a little personal. So I was wondering if you would imagine something with me. It's circa 1976, and a young Filipina mother is in Regina, Saskatchewan, washing dishes in her small kitchen in her starter home on 720 Sweeney Street. So she's standing at the kitchen sink, and her young 4 or 5-year-old daughter is in kindergarten, and she looks up at her mother and she asks, "Mama, why won't the other children play with me?" So I think if you grew up as a Filipino or Filipina in a predominantly not Filipino community, then I suspect you might know the answer. I don't have to imagine this because that young girl was me. So I'm fine. I don't want you to think that I'm traumatized or a victim or anything like that. I had close friends, not always the same close friends, but this was generally the experience that I had growing up in Regina, in a community where at the 3 schools that I attended, I was for sure part of the only Filipino family, and at most one of only 2 Asian families in our entire community. So this was my reality and that of my sisters. But back to my story, how do you think my mother responded? And so maybe if you're parents, you know how you would respond. And there's a multitude of ways that you could respond. But for me, my mother and my father, they had 2 central tenets to their approach to parenting. And these were the tenets: God first and education matters. So in this case, my mother looked at me, avoided the question completely, and instead said, as a Filipina mother would say, "You know what? Just work hard in school. Show them that you're smart or that you're smarter than them, and the rest will follow." So that was almost 50 years ago. Now don't be doing any arithmetic. I'll just tell you I'm 52 years old, okay? Let's just say that now. But recently, almost 50 years later, and this is in the program, and I was telling Winnie about this when we met. Shortly after the pandemic, when things had opened up, a young Filipina mother, who is actually a very accomplished researcher at the University of Manitoba, she asked if I would meet her for breakfast. So we went to Stella's on Provencher. And we talked about things like what it's like to become an academic and a scientist when you're raising young children, and how you achieve work-life balance, how you navigate academia. But the question that she had that really took me aback was, I wanted to ask you, Hope, how does someone who looks like me become as successful as you? Whatever success means to anyone. To be honest, I was taken aback. Like really, it stopped me. I had to pause and actually ask her what she meant. And she had to elaborate. Well, we're Filipina. And I still didn't quite get it. So I tried to remember, were there any barriers? I mean, obviously I'd been exposed to challenges, right? Starting from my first exposure to the notion that I am different than the other children in my kindergarten class. Did I experience any barriers to success, to what I wanted to achieve, either as a woman or as a Filipina? And aside from some very significant milestones that caused me to reprioritize, like having children, to relearn time management skills, like having children, I can't remember any barriers. And that's not the experience of every Filipina, right? Or Filipino. So I think I know why. To prepare for this evening, I took a cursory look at the definition, and the process of what it literally takes to be in the wilderness and to blaze a trail. Because I don't know, I don't do that kind of thing. But what I do know, and what many of you do know, is that it doesn't happen alone, obviously. There's a supportive team. And so while the definition is the first to forge a path, actually quite often someone goes before you. And there are people around you who push you, prod you, give you the tools that you need. So for example, if you are trying to chart a trail or create a trail or path in the wilderness, there are images that are acquired ahead of time. by satellite or by drone. Somebody's doing that. So let me tell you about a few members of my supportive team, and there are many. My parents, Roberto and Dulce and Tengen, if you know them, Dulce and Tengen, for ensuring, and I will say, sacrificing, so that I might be privileged not just with education, but with higher education. I graduated from high school in Regina when I was 16 years old, and I moved to Winnipeg when I was 16 to pursue my bachelor degree. So I was too young to live alone or with a roommate. So my aunt and uncle, some of you might know them, Armando and Davina Natividad, they opened their apartment to me and let me live with them for 4 years while I completed my first degree. My husband, Chris Anderson, who I met in graduate school, a fellow professor and academic leader, we support each other daily, maybe sometimes hourly, as we try to navigate the complex landscape of academia. And then my girls, Emily, who's there filming me, and Clara, who just from birth have rolled with it as I started as a young scientist and professor and took roles of escalating complexity. They just rolled it while their mother was sometimes not there, sometimes physically or intellectually or emotionally. They just rolled with it, and they will carry on this work. So I'm here. I'm humbled and honored to accept this Pinays Manitoba Trailblazer Recognition Award. I do this with many thanks to Pinays Manitoba for doing this work, with gratitude to all of those who have supported me, and to Jocelyn Streimer, actually, whom I've never met, for nominating me for this award. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the legacy of parenting, of my parents. I do the work that I do because education matters, and I serve by leadership because it's always God first. Thank you.
Our second awardee is being recognized for outstanding leadership. She is the first Filipino to assume the role of clinical lead of psychosocial oncology at Cancer Care Manitoba. She leads 20 counselors across the province and continues to see clients herself. The counselors at Cancer Care provide emotional, mental, and social support through various stages of a patient's cancer journey, offering individual, couple, family, and group therapy. In her profession, she found her calling to help others, giving her the drive, purpose, inspiration, and meaning in life. This Trailblazer's mantra has always been to help and care for others, not just in her professional life, but as well as in her personal life. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2024 Pinays Trailblazer awardee, Cheryl Dizon Reynante.
God is good. God is good. I am incredibly humbled to be standing before you today as a recipient of this award for leadership. I must thank one of my childhood best friends, Malaya Marcelino, who along with Emmy Joaquin nominated me for this recognition. For the last few weeks, I've been reflecting on this term trailblazer, which has taken me down a road of humility and some really profound moments. The biggest of which is thinking a lot about two women in my family, two trailblazers, two ates, whose choices in life carved out new pathways for not only me, but my family and many people that are sitting here this evening. My tita Hurley Sawit Angeles and Tita Luningning Dizon Macalino, may she rest in peace, in the 1970s chose to leave their parents, their siblings, their home country behind in pursuit of a better life. They moved to Holland for a few years and then found a permanent home in Winnipeg, pursuing great dreams for a future family that didn't even exist yet. They sponsored many siblings, including my mother and father, sowed many seeds of new beginnings and hope for a whole new generation. I am fortunate enough now to be ate to many people in my family, and it's a role that I take seriously. And from this perspective now, I'd like to emphasize these messages to the younger generation because I had to learn them the hard way sometimes. Do not bend to societal expectations if you don't want to. Just be you. Listen to the whispers of the Spirit who will guide you. The result for me is, in doing so, is landing in a career in mental health and emotional well-being, an industry, a field that not many Filipinos still today choose to go into. And the outcome for me is that every day I love my job. It's a calling for me and I get to live it every day. Secondly, the route to success has less to do with natural intelligence, but more to do with hard work and growing from mistakes. So as much as we don't want to, be thankful for the humiliations. Never underestimate the importance of relationship, including the one that you have with yourself. If you don't see yourself as worthy, you will be critical of other people. But if you like and you understand and you love yourself, you will see the good in others. So, allow yourself to be loved because you are wonderfully made. And now, about my village, I would like to shine a spotlight on my mother and father, Anita and Virgilio Dizon, who gave me my work ethic and sense of generosity. To my sisters and brother, who because of you, I've had the role of ate, the longest title and role that I am ever going to have in my whole life, and I hope that I can live up to that for you. Now I have my brother-in-laws, my sister-in-law, who come running when we need them, and who lend a hand looking out for my family. I am blessed to have many cousins who are my bonus siblings. They bring love and laughter and lightness into my life. And to my Kuya Jeffrey, who despite my shortcomings, regularly reminds me of my worth and loves me anyway. The Reynante family, my mother and father-in-law, who welcomed me with open arms at the age of 17 and always continue to support me. And then there are my forever friends, my girlfriends, my chosen sisters. What a blessing to have you here with me for yet another milestone in my life, never hesitating to come. You allow me to drop the titles and the roles and have a little fun in my life and tell me to just be Cheryl for just a little while. To my 3 sons, my loves, my why, my world, Xavier, Noah, and Samson, I cannot wait to see what paths you will take, how you will become trailblazers in your life. You are my brightest blessings. You are the brightest blessings for me and your dad. And to my husband, Jake, who always chooses to make my world bigger, even when it means making your burdens heavier. Even though you know that you can't shield me from every hurt, you try anyway. Thank you for being there for me, taking my hand and walking the trail with me. And to another group of people who influence my life every day, who have to remain nameless, the people who I've had the privilege of walking beside, people who are diagnosed with cancer and their families, how they choose to live a new way of life, a life that they did not ask for, inspires me every day when I go home. Along with my work team, my work family, 2 of whom are here, my manager and the former lead of psychosocial oncology, these people in my professional life, they remind me of 4 things. First, the only thing that really separates us from tragedy is tomorrow. Look for the good in today, as we are never guaranteed the next sunrise. Delight in others. Oh, please delight in other people and show them with your face, your voice, a friendly touch, because kindness begets kindness. Find your village and hold on to them. The real blessing is when they hold on to you too. And lastly, people may not always remember what you say or what you do, but they will always remember how you make them feel. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Thank you very much. Merci, miigwech.
Our third awardee is being recognized for outstanding leadership and volunteerism. She is the president of the Philippine-Canadian Center of Manitoba. This trailblazer's unwavering commitment has taken the organization to a steadfast direction, resulting in a renewed community support for the PCCM. Proud of her indigenous heritage from the Cordillera region, she served as the president of BBAC Association of Manitoba. She also served as a board member of Siloam Mission. Our 2024 Pinays Trailblazer Awardee, Virginia Gayot.
Virginia Gayot is a proud Igorota and proud Pinay. Honored guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to everyone. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Tonight, I am overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive this Trailblazers Recognition Award. Thank you all so much for being here to share in this occasion. I am so honored and humbled to have my community and volunteer work recognized in this way by the Pinays Manitoba Association through the leadership of Ms. Winnie Navarro. Madam President, thank you for this wonderful recognition. However, I would not be here standing tonight if it were not for the people who supported and guided me over the years. First and foremost, I would like to thank my beloved husband Sam, who supported me even in the most toughest of times. And I'm also grateful to the people who nominated me for their trust and confidence. To my family, my friends, the BBAC Association of Manitoba, the PCCM members of the governing board, and to my advisor, Kuya Lou, for giving me fresh ideas and constantly challenging me to do my best. Thank you so much for believing in me and supporting me in all that I did and the tasks that I have yet to do going forward. To my co-awardees here, I congratulate each one of you for a well-deserving award. My passion for serving is an expression of my faith and my love to God. Of course, it's our duty that we serve our family and loved ones in each and every day. But the joy of serving while expecting nothing in return can make a difference in the life of others we serve. As the quotation from Winston Churchill goes, and I quote, "We make a living of what we get, but we get a life on what we give," end quote. And yes, serving is not just oneself or about myself. It is how we impact the lives of others through the words we say, through the things that we do, or the smile that we share. And I experience true joy when I put others before myself. Serving other than ourselves or our families is not dependent on whether we are in good mood or in bad mood. It is not also dependent on our own circumstances as to whether we have money or not, or what we can get from it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about doing the best we can for those around us. Over the years, I'd like to think that I have served others without being driven by personal agenda or trying to impress other people or impress our community. It is about seeing a need and stepping up to meet that need, not because I have to, but because I want to. When I first came and joined PCCM, I asked myself, what could I do to help this organization? I sensed that there was a need to lead with good governance. So I stepped in and do what a good and sensible leader should do in advancing the goals and objectives of PCCMs in accordance with its mission and vision. Day in and day out, I am constantly being asked how I would do the tasks that are at hand. Where can I get the energy for doing such? Knowing that I have a family to take care, I have a full-time job to sustain a living, hobbies that I like to do, including 10-pin bowling in the winter time and golf in the summer, but I still manage to volunteer in the church, volunteer in Salome Mission, and volunteer at PCCM each and every day. My response: serving is not about exhausting or stressing myself or neglecting my needs or even neglecting the needs of my family. It is about finding a healthy balance for the things that I do. Because when we serve willingly, we are not only making a difference in the life of others, there's a chance we may also receive blessings in return. Each one of us has the ability to serve and make a difference in people's lives. And the legacy we leave behind will be long-lasting when we serve unselfishly, with integrity and honesty. If I may, I want to challenge every person here tonight to find a way where and what you are today, in your work, in your profession, in your business, and more importantly, in your own path of life, to find a way to serve and help others. We can just imagine that if we all have the heart to care, to love, and serve one another, our community, our city, our country, and the world can be a better place. Once again, my sincerest gratitude to Pinays Manitoba for this wonderful award for recognizing me as one of your chosen trailblazers. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. God bless everyone.
Last, but certainly not least, our fourth awardee is being recognized for performing arts achievements on Broadway and for advocating diversity in the arts while fostering role models for the next generation of Filipino performers. This summer, you can see her perform in Rainbow Stage's production of Mabuhay. This trailblazer is Winnipeg's very own Filipino-Canadian queen of performing arts. She's an actress and a singer, best known for originating role of Anne Boleyn in the international Broadway production of Six, the musical. Through Six, she became a Grammy-nominated artist and won the Ensemble Award at the Drama Desk Award. She performed the character of Mimi Marquez in Rent, the musical at the Stratford Festival, which is one of the most prominent theater festivals in Canada. She is witnessing the onset of a mindset shift in the world of theater towards diversification. She advocates for breaking that glass ceiling in theater for people of color, as well as fostering role models for the next generation of Filipino performers. Our 2024 Pinays Trailblazer awardee, Andrea Macasaet.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, God, for bringing us all here together. It is such a blessing for this to be my welcome home party. Thank you to the Pinays Manitoba community for this touching recognition, and congratulations to Jordy, Larissa, and Hannah. Truly, tears welling up as you were being talked about and what you were saying about just Philippine excellence in your sport. And to the three incredible women who I have the privilege of celebrating the evening and sharing this award with. Congratulations, Hope, Cheryl, and Virginia. I want to start. Oh, I thanked the Lord already. That's when I in my notes I said, please thank the Lord, and I did. I'm gonna thank him again because he is good. When Tita Emmy Joaquin told me that I was nominated for a Trailblazer Award, my first thought was, why me? The career I've chosen doesn't require me to be responsible for other people's lives. I'm not using my skills to make new medicine or a scientific cure for anything, and my experience of leading an organization is quite small. As an artist who goes through the instability of job security and the never-ending emotional roller coaster of self-worth, it was a mental challenge to convince myself to believe that I too could be alongside these three powerful women who have made impacts in their respective fields and feel like I've come even a sliver close to what they have done for the lives of so many. But then I show up to work, to my job. I walk onto a stage and I look at the audience. And in a sea of faces in a theater, musical theater, the faces are mostly white. But I see a Filipina girl. She's somewhere between the ages of 7 or 10. And she's made her own version of my costume that I wear. And her hair is exactly the way I style mine. Her parents have brought her to the theater, and I can see her watching my every move so closely, anticipating a moment for me to lock eyes with her, to smile at her, so that she can turn to her parents, who've paid the big bucks to get her to a Broadway show, and so she can say, "You guys, did you see that? She saw me." For many Filipino families, when they find out that a member of their family has chosen to pursue a career in the arts, right, giggles. There's an immediate fear and doubt that comes with supporting this particular choice, no matter how talented this person is. I am one of the few who grew up with a family that was aware of their fears, but pushed those fears aside, put a smile on their face, and said, "Okay, Andrea, fly." When I decided that performing arts was going to be my way of making my living. That being said, I am honored, yes, as a trailblazer today. However, I did not get to this point in my life without my mom and my dad, Cesar and Sylvia Macasaet. Yeah. They worked the extra overtime so that they could pay for the dance classes and singing lessons and competition fees, air travel for auditions. My cousins who would take turns driving me to anything and everything because my parents were working overtime. My sister scheduling time out of her study sessions to go run through dialogues of a scene so that I memorized it as fast as I could. The constant praises from my late Lola and Lolo when they watched anything from a rehearsal to a performance, and the empathy from my aunts and uncles when an audition or a competition didn't go my way. Aside from my family, some of you here have seen me navigate this industry since elementary. Some of you have seen me perform in school concerts, debuts, and all the different local competitions in and out of the city. And for the lucky few who are here, got to witness me perform in a show that changed my life forever. So, for the little girl in your family who tells you she wants to try, let her. Be brave enough to smile and tell her to fly as she navigates what chasing her dreams looks like. Allow her to see examples of Philippine excellence on stage and support her when she says, I think I can do that too. Trailblazing in the arts is never a solo sport. I may be the one to walk this trail, but it was my family, my friends, and my community to set it ablaze. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, everybody.
Once again, congratulations to all our 2024 Pinays Trailblazer awardees. And now may I call on Lou Sadicon, our Vice President of Pinays Manitoba, to give the closing remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lou, proud to be Pinay. A big thank you to all of you. Your presence and support have made these recognition awards more meaningful. Another year of recognizing amazing Filipino women. Women who have made their marks in our community through their impactful contributions. In closing, there is one thought I would like to share with you. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Salamat po.
So ladies and gentlemen, that brings to an end the 2024 Recognition Awards for our Pinays Trailblazers and Outstanding Young Pinays.